They actually call this one a post-acne cream. Basically, no matter how you use it, it will definitely give you an instant glow. This one does remind me of my Holy Grail moisturizer. Minasan konnichiwa, this is Tina and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the most viral K-beauty moisturizers. If that sounds like your thing, then please go ahead and channel登録 shichatte kudasai. When I was planning this video, I did have a list of 5 products that I pre-selected from what I had seen the most on social media, but I did ask you guys on Instagram anyways, and honestly, a lot of you guys agreed because these 5 products were repeatedly mentioned. Before we get into the full reviews, I do want to share that my skin type is dry and dehydrated, and I generally do live in a drier climate. We're going to start off with one that I know is popular with so many people, but it did cause a bit of a stir after going through a reformulation at the start of this year, and it is the Atobarrier 365 cream. So if you haven't heard about this moisturizer already, which honestly, if you're in K-beauty, I feel like that's pretty impossible because it is a holy grail moisturizer for so many people, or at least it was. I do actually still have the original version here, and when I saw that it had a reformulation and heard a few people's opinions, I did rush to get a couple backups of the original formula. So I feel like the main reasons to why so many people loved this one, including myself, was that it was barrier protecting, it was the right level of moisture, and also had a really nice natural dry down. But in January of this year, it was reformulated, and not just like a slight tweak in formulation, but a significant enough difference that I feel like it fell out of holy grail status for a lot of people. I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty of all the differences in this video, but if you would like to know all of the differences on, say, like Amazon and YesStyle and stuff where they sell the product, they do list all of the improvements made, as the brand would like to say. But Kelly Driscoll on YouTube, she did a video that literally went into every single detail of the differences of products. So if you want to know all of that, make sure you check out her video. First of all, the ingredients did change significantly. One that I feel like a lot of people mentioned in their reviews was the addition of niacinamide. I personally do not really have an issue with niacinamide, but we do all know that it is found in almost every skincare product these days, which has caused sensitivity in some people because of the overuse of it. So this one was known as a good everyday moisturizer that didn't include niacinamide, but now it does. Number 2 is the texture. It is definitely more watery now. Before, I feel like you applied it, it dried down to a natural finish almost instantly, whereas the new version, it does kind of stay more like wet feeling on the skin for longer. So overall, I do feel like it is a more hydrating, dewier, less occlusive moisturizer, which, don't get me wrong, I do love my kind of dewy finish moisturizers, but having a drier skin, it was a really nice moisturizer that I could use, especially at nighttime or during the winter, that had that extra bit of nourishment and didn't leave my skin feeling too like slippery or anything when I was going to sleep. But the new version, it definitely does have this kind of like slippery, almost greasy feel. Since it is a more lightweight formula, people who do have oily combo skin maybe will feel more lightweight, hydrating, and nicer on the skin. But personally, I don't know, it just wasn't it. And I felt like it wasn't nourishing or like hugging my skin like it used to. I will definitely be finishing up the original formula, which I do still have plenty of at the moment, which is great. But I do believe most retailers have completely sold out of the original version and are only selling this version now. I've got to say, once I use up the original, I probably won't be repurchasing this one, which is a real shame. So does it deserve the hype? Of course, it's still not a bad moisturizer, but it is like a fairly pricey one for K-beauty, and there's no denying that it was actually the original formula that made it so popular and viral. The next portion of the video is sponsored by one of my all-time favorite brands, Dalbar, and I'll be talking about their White Truffle Double Serum and Cream. So I would say this one is a little bit more viral in the motherland that is Korea, and even just taking a look at Oliver Young Korea, this cream has over 2,000 reviews at 4.8 stars out of 5. I personally have been a fan of Dalbar for I think over 4 years now and talk about them pretty consistently on my channel. They did first gain their popularity when they became known for what they called the flight attendant mist, the first face serum, which of course I have one on my desk because I use use it pretty much every single day to finish off my makeup to give me this glow. And even last time I visited Korea, they are always in the forefront at beauty stores like Olive Young, and they are used in many dermatology and beauty clinics in Korea too. As for this cream specifically, I did discover it a few years back, but I did bring it out again at the start of winter, which was a few months ago for me in Australia, because it is such a beautifully nourishing cream, especially for my dry skin. I actually did just open up a new cream. I've only used this one like a few times. Oof, it looks so delicious. I just finished up my old one this past month. So taking a look at the product name, white truffle is Dalba's signature ingredient, which is included in many of their products, as it is said to be very rich in antioxidants. And then double serum and cream. As you quickly saw when I opened it before, this one does contain 2 formulas in the one product. The Aqua Serum, which is the golden formula up here. This one is a light hydrating serum that can also have soothing benefits. And then the Intense Cream, which is the more opaque cream down here, which is really, really rich in moisture and nutrition, which also helps with the elasticity of your skin. And by having these 2 different formulas in one, it makes it completely customizable for your skin type and concern. So since I have dry skin, I do generally mix 1 serum to 2 cream ratio, although I will kind of adjust that ratio depending on the season or how my skin is feeling. So for example, you can do equal parts 1 serum and cream if you have like normal skin, or you can do 2 serum to 1 cream if you do have like oilier skin, or if it's like warmer weather for me in summer. And you can actually use it separately too. Like if you do want just a really lightweight hydration, you can use just the serum in the T-zone and the richer cream on your cheeks. Although basically no matter how you use it, it will definitely give you an instant glow, as I feel like most Dalba's products do. Whenever I want that instant glow on my skin, Dalba's products are always the ones that I reach for. And of course, it's a very kind of luxurious user experience, from the packaging, the scent, the texture, and all of that. Oh, and apparently they released this new double moisture cream where it's essentially this but in one tube, and it mixes the 2 formulas like as you're pushing it out, which is very, very intriguing. I feel like I would love it on lazy days where I don't want to like pick and mix with this one. You can get this moisturizer as well as other iconic products from Dalba on Amazon, so I'll make sure to leave the link in the description. Does it deserve the hype? For me, yes, especially if you're looking for a nourishing yet glowy finish cream. Okay, so this next one I actually only recently started trying out, and I didn't realize quite how popular and viral it was already, and it is the Dr.Althea 345 Relief Cream. When I first picked this up from the packaging and like the name Relief Cream, I thought it was going to be a very typical rich barrier protective moisturizer, kind of like the Aestura, but it was surprisingly lightweight. The more I looked into it, they actually call this one a post-acne cream because it is supposed to help tend to the aftermath of breakouts without feeling too heavy. But it is still enough moisture for someone like me who has dry skin, and I feel like that seems to be the sweet spot for me when it comes to a good everyday moisturizer that I can rely on, because low-key this one does remind me of my holy grail moisturizer, that is the Pecan Keto Cream. That one's also known to be really good for acne-prone skin, that helps soothing and all of that, but still I loved using it every day for my dry skin. So yeah, I feel like this is kind of similar. So this one does include 3 ingredients for blemish care, 4 ingredients for nourishing care, and then 5 ingredients for soothing care. That's where it does get that name 345 from. So it does have a really well-rounded ingredients list that's going to care for all of those concerns, including acne-prone skin. To be honest, I did actually start using it for a sponsorship, but I loved it so much that you can see I've used a decent amount in just like a week or two, because it is one of those moisturizers that I feel like I can just rely on it anytime, any day, and I can use even on irritated and weakened skin. Does it deserve the hype? I think it does, because I feel like it works for like literally every single skin type. This next one, literally so many of you guys mentioned it, and I had actually tried it probably close to a year ago. The Dr.G Red Blemish clear soothing cream. This one is also absolutely huge in Korea. I feel like I always see like buy one get one deals on Olive Young, and it has been relevant for years at this point, so of course I had to include it as one of the most viral popular moisturizers. It is quite the kind of watery gel cream. It's almost like a pudding texture, and it has been touted as like literally the best moisturizer for acne prone skin. It does have a 5-cica complex, so Centella asiatica, obviously very soothing and anti-inflammatory, which we need when we have acne prone skin, beta-glucan to hydrate, and then catechin, which I believe is like extract of green tea, an antioxidant, which can also help prevent breakouts. But that is about it in terms of ingredients. There's nothing like super intense that's going to fight your breakouts, but I guess that's why it's a good everyday gentle moisturizer for acne prone skin. I do think this one really does come down to skin type, unlike the Dr.Althea, where this one is good for acne prone skin but also worked for my dry skin. This one I felt like it just was not enough nourishment for me, so it just felt like a serum almost, and sometimes I did feel like it even left a bit of a tacky finish, so wasn't a huge fan of it. But I have read so many reviews of people loving it, so personally, is it worth the hype? Not for dry skin, but if you do have acne prone skin or oily skin, I feel like it is just that absolutely must try item. Lastly, I do have another gel cream, but this one I do think it works even for normal to dry skin types and perfect for combo skin, the Torriden Dive-In Soothing Cream. Another one I've talked about multiple times on my channel, and one that I feel like receives continuous love because I always do see again those Olive Young buy one get one free deals, and this one's 100 ml. Bigger than any of the other moisturizers. I think we have like 50 ml, 70 ml, 80 ml, 100. This is a big moisturizer, yet people drink this stuff up, hence why it is probably continuing to be one of the most popular K-beauty moisturizers. This one I would describe as a truly hydrating cream. So if you do have dehydrated skin or live in a more dehydrated climate like me, this is going to replenish that water in your skin. Compared to the Dr.G, even though this one is also a gel cream, it does have like a little bit more body to it. It's a bit more like jello, whereas this one's more like watery, and it really does feel like a splash of water like across your skin whenever you're applying it. If you don't like hyaluronic acid though, you probably won't like this one, as it does use 5 different weights of hyaluronic acid to hydrate at multiple levels, and it does also contain some soothing ingredients as well. I had actually gotten Logan onto this one, and it is one of his absolute favorite moisturizers, as he does have combo skin. And someone else I got onto it recently, which I didn't even know about, is actually Logan's sister. I guess I had given her a bunch of skincare last time we visited, and the Torriden cream was one of them, and apparently it was by far her favorite product that I gifted her. And she has normal skin but lives in Florida, which is very humid and hot, so I do feel like it is just that perfect hydrating cream, especially for combo skin. I am generally someone who doesn't use that many gel cream formulas just because I do have drier skin, but this is the one that I definitely have used the most. Does it deserve the hype? It's nothing fancy, let's be honest. It is just a simple hydrating moisturizer, but it's a good one. So in conclusion, I personally do think things go viral for a reason, especially if they do stay relevant for more than like a season or two. And a lot of these ones have been talked about for years now. I really do hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I would love to know what your favorite K-beauty cream is and why. And if you do have an extra moment to spare, I would love it if you checked out one of these videos too, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! Mwah!